Hi, I'm Sarah Wilder, and this is part 9 of How I Survived the Man I Married. In part 8, I introduce you to Wayne and Beverly, Jim's fully wedded parents. Told you a couple stories about them. Today, we're going to cover my first ever tarot reading and a stupid attempt to taunt me by my ever-devolving future ex-husband, Jim. I'm going to read you that tarot reading so I don't miss anything. So it's the summer of 2019 at this point. Our house in Saratoga Springs is for sale. So is our travel trailer and the pickup truck that pulls it. I need to take a break from all the stress of our life, as we're also divorcing at that time. So I take a trip to California to visit Becca and for my grandson's birthday. I'm gone about a week or 10 days. When I get back, Jim picks me up from the airport, and right away I could tell he's got something up his sleeve. He's like giddy. There's no way he missed me. He's up to something. So I hear a laundry list of all these things he did to help me out. Like he wants an attaboy. He tells me he, worked on the yard, he cleaned the house, he did this, he did that, took care of the dogs. And then he gets to the part where he says he changed my bed sheets so I'd have clean sheets when I got home from my trip. And I'm confused, and I tell him, I don't know why you did that. I changed the sheets the night before I left. I slept on them one time. There was no need. And I reminded him, you shouldn't have been in my room to begin with. And he just has this smirk, and I just feel the energy shift, and he's like, oh no, I changed your sheets. So we get home, life goes on, 2-3 days go by, laundry day comes. I'm sorting through the laundry. I can't find the sheets. They're gone. I asked Jim, where are the sheets? You changed my bed. Where are the sheets? He feigns stupidity. He doesn't know where the sheets are, blah, blah, blah. Then he comes up with the most bizarre excuse of all, because he'd made some dumb ones. But then he said, the house was shown. The realtor brought some people by. Maybe they stole them. And I'm like, yeah, that's going to happen, because that's what we do when we look for houses. We go right for the dirty laundry bin. No, let's bring up the ring cam. So we looked at the ring camera when they got to the house and when they left the house. No evidence of queen size sheets tucked under anybody's t-shirt. It's summertime. So I throw in the towel. I leave the subject alone because I know my inquiry is feeding his sadism, but it's juvenile sadism. It's a victimless crime he's committed, and I'm just not going to pay him what he wants. So maybe a week or 10 days after that, things had just devolved, and he'd been really creepy around Rachel. She was living with us at that time, and he was being creepy, and I want to say strange and sticky and invasive. I don't know. And I asked him to knock it off, and he confronted me by chest bumping me. And then he said to me, and keep in mind he weighs well over 100 pounds more than I do, what are you going to do about it? So, not unlike how his dad ended up, I moved in even closer and poked him in his sternum as hard as I could. I said, fuck around and find out. And then I left the house. I was on my way out when he did it, and I continued with my day. It ruined my day. Nothing like that had ever happened in our whole marriage. I mean, at that point, we'd been married 36 years. It was really, really weird. So I told Rachel about it, and the next morning we had a confrontation with Jim, and we evicted him. And it was ugly. A coffee mug and a remote control paid the price, but it was ugly, but we evicted him. So he, the truck, the trailer, and the bare minimum of his shit went to live in his sister's driveway in Spanish Forks. Later that same day, Rachel and I went and had our very first tarot reading with Catherine, a very experienced reader, downtown Salt Lake. She was amazing. Okay, so with this tarot reading, she did numerology, past, present, future, and question and answer. So that's the structure, just so you know. Okay, I'm going to read it so I don't leave anything out. Catherine starts off with numerology. I'm a 3, she says. 3s are storytellers, and they love to look back, but are also open to new things. Many people in show business are 3s. Then we visited the past. I had a long partnership with someone who battled addiction. There were a lot of struggles with this person. I came to Earth to be an intuitive. I am an intuitive. I didn't walk away from that person to whom I was partnered because I would have experienced massive regret. Because at the time, I had small kids at home still. I learned of his infidelity through phone records. There have been many opportunities available to me to cheat, but I didn't. I've had many worries over money. I was a reluctant stay-at-home mother, constantly reassuring myself to continue in that role. I believed in future opportunities for myself in terms of schooling and jobs. As for the present, she said, I've been overthinking what to do about my estranged partner. I value truth speaking, and masculine energy is no longer in charge of me. Money isn't one of my worries, mainly due to my lineage. I have money coming to me soon through a lineage connection. Spirit has revealed Jim's bad deeds and his double life to me. Heaven has worked with me to show me the truth that I seek. I'm torn on how to handle this current relationship, his addictions. Should I feel compassion or anger? It's okay to have kicked him out of the house that same day. My body is suffering from what I'm experiencing with this man. He currently has a lover, a woman, and I should go through with the divorce immediately. A new beginning is coming. I've been spying on Jim, and he has secrets, so many secrets, and I found third-party information on him. She says to get myself to a higher state of mind, elevate my thoughts and feelings. I'm learning new things about myself, gaining self-confidence, seeking work, and transformation within is taking place for resurrection into a new life. Now for the future. Catherine says, the future for me holds great promise. I will emerge from sadness at the loss of my partner and want a man who has heart-centered love for me. I need to be optimistic because I'm already bonded with my soulmates, who are my children. I came here having forged a sacred contract with them to be their mother. We are soul bonded, ordained to one another in this life. I'll be moving soon, and there are bad memories in my current house. To take care of my body, spend time, energy, and money on it. Let my house go, even though it's valuable, because I need to get out and get my own place, somewhere small and cozy. There's going to be sadness and other family connections. In Jim's family, a disruption of the current sadness in that family connection. Divorce is coming, then uprooting and healing. She says, I would like to have another committed relationship, a life partner. I'll reach my work goals. I'll be in charge of my work. I may consider going back to school to do what she says, higher mind work. Things are moving in my favor. They're aligning. And she mentions how I wanted to become a teacher at a Chinese immersion school, and that I worry about my kids' reaction to the divorce. Lastly, for the question and answer portion, because I'm Scorpio, I start with the cheating. I ask her, who is Jim's current lover? But it's nobody I know. It's someone he knows through someone at work. Not anyone that works there, but he knows he met this woman through someone he works with. These people. So Catherine said that with Phyllis, the woman that I caught him calling and texting, that Jim called it off with her when I found out about her, and he never loved her. He didn't have any feelings for her. It was just, physical, and he ended things. But she said Jim has had many, many, many lovers. So then I want to know about love. Will I ever find true love? And she says it's a definite, conditional yes, but only when I'm ready. She counsels me to move my body, get outside more, and cautioned me against comparing myself to other women. I'm encouraged to get strong and get into my creative self, that I have a whole new life coming to me, a new serious relationship with a partner. She said the key to my creative self is my sexuality. Dormant. It was dormant for years. Still is. Catherine continues, she said, I can ask another question. So I figured since we covered betrayal and love, why not add money? I want to know when my mom's house is going to sell, because, that was the key to my escape, was that money from her valuable property in Northern California selling. She said, not anytime soon, not till the end of the year, because the house is healing. And she says that Jim, speaking of money, he's hiding money from me. He's hiding many, many things from me, but that includes money. She said that he has many, many secrets besides hidden money. So that's where my part of the reading ends. And the rest of that tarot reading was for my daughter, Rachel. Please stay tuned for part 10 when I share what happened after this tarot session and how just a month later, a terrible prediction comes true. If you want to know more, please remember to like, follow, and share to take my story one step closer to publication. And ladies, I invite you to step out of the darkness and into your power.